Hello. I will be doing it this time the same time as I did the last time. Hopefully this one won't be as long. So I will try to keep it a bit shorter. And I have been thinking that I will, in future, I will put these longer videos on the Ko-Fi. There's no link yet or anything, but it's similar to Patreon. And yeah, I think I will put them there and have shorter versions on YouTube because yeah, I mean, if you are to offer something extra for someone who wants to have a membership, then it needs to be something else, right? And I'm also thinking of making like mini courses where we will paint and maybe paint a bit longer. Not like the painting I did last time where I just start doodling and do something, but something that is decided on forehand, that today we'll make a tree and an owl or something, or we'll make a forest scene with a fox or something, and offer them as tiny single courses that you can buy. So I'm doing right now, I'm waving around my little stick, which we will be using for painting today. And someone asked me last time, do I have a sketchbook? Well, not really. Right now, this is a lovely, lovely, lovely book that a fellow artist made. His name is Tuli Art, I think. I can put a link in the description. He's a Finnish artist and he makes these lovely little sketchbooks. So now I started out with making super ugly stuff. This was supposed to be a sketch of Sleipner, and then there was more ugly stuff, and then I decided, oh my god, I cannot have a sketchbook where I just do ugly stuff. So I started to use this for my ASMR channel. And these are paintings that I have been doing, recording. I'm not sure if I have them all, but most of them I think I have recorded. And they are supposed to go on this ASMR channel, which is called The Sleepy Brush, which is still empty. There's still nothing there yet. Life is kind of busy. And I'm not always really great at prioritizing things, but it is my plan to release videos there and to make videos on Ko-Fi. I also think if you create a membership, you actually have people paying for something, it creates a totally different kind of obligation, and that you have a deadline. I mean, I can't tell people that basically you're paying for a membership and you're waiting for the next video to be released, and I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, life was busy, or that won't work. And I'm a great procrastinator until I have a deadline. Then I get stuff done. Okay, I almost said another S word, but I realize you're not supposed to swear on these videos, so. Today, a stick. This is a stick. I have, the forests here are full of them. I always want to say lichen, but I know it's wrong. I think it's lichen, like L-I-C-H-E-N. Love in Swedish. And it's so beautiful, and it's great using it as a brush. The colors I have been playing around a bit before are Limo Green Brown, Payne's Blue Gray, and Shadow Violet. I really like Daniel Smith. I like Rockwell too. What I don't like about Rockwell is I don't like the caps. I think they should really improve the caps. So if you're listening, Rockwell, please change your caps. They're not really good. Now this one is kind of has dried up, but the caps on the Daniel Smith colors, I think they sit very, they fit nice and tightly. And with I have several Rockwell colors who have basically completely dried up in the top, due to the cap not really fitting. It's like the yingwana, this part, you know, the lines in the metal. Yes, my English is so good. They don't really fit anymore. So they, in the end, they just sit totally loosely and then they fall off, and it doesn't happen with Daniel Smith. So I like Daniel Smith. Anyhow, let's start. This is Bao Hong paper. I did one before on super cheap paper. Yeah, that was the Fabriano. That was this is the one I made before. Really, really quick. And this is what we will be doing today as well. Just really quickly, not thinking a lot about what we're doing. Applying a lot of water with a brush, big brush, big bada boom. See, question. What movie was that a quote from? Big bada boom. Okay, that's maybe wet enough. I don't want to fill all the paper. I basically just want something a little bit here in the middle. Let's see. The Limo Green Brown is the one that is... I could do this in two different ways. I could use a little palette, put it in there, mix it a little bit, and then use the stick as a dip it and use it as a brush. The color will be more diluted that way, or I can apply it directly and I will get very intense spots. I've had this color for quite a while. It is a bit see my, not really dry, but it's like very thick honey. Spray it a little bit because the lichen has turned quite dry as well. It's nice when you get it from outside and it's still very wet and soft. When it dries, it gets really, really hard. Okay, put on the little cap and just kind of rub it in there. Press a little bit. Something like that. It's still very light. Now I will be trying to apply the... Oh, there was still something left here. Can't really have to push it in there. It will probably leave some residue from the lichen, but it doesn't matter. What I like about the Rockwell colors is that they separate. These are the kind of super granulating colors. Of course, you can mix them yourself, you know. This is... Let's see. It says conforms with EN713 AST. No, those are not the pigments. Are those the pigments names? ASTM D4236. No, I don't think so, right? No, here. It says pigments PB29 PY43. So, I mean, if you're good with these numbers, use those colors and mix them. I'm just very lazy. You can see it has dried a bit. It does not smell nice. Okay, so we have our Payne's blue-gray. Applying that too. You can see how the paper is already drying. I will spray a bit more. Really not trying to think too much about where I apply these. I think that's good enough already. Maybe just for the sake of that I said I would use these 3 colors, I'll try to get out a little bit of shadow violet. Something is not smelling nice here, and it's not me. I don't know if it's the... Oh my god, it almost smells like ammoniac. I don't know about you. My kids always make fun of me. If something smells really bad, I have to smell it. Like, I have to smell it again. It's so dumb. Okay. Yeah, that's it. And now I will let this dry, and I will basically only, maybe I will tilt it a little bit. So I get some kind of, see, this will turn out like some kind of background sky or something. And I will let this dry now. I applied some salt while it was drying here on the lower part, just to give it a bit of interesting texture. And since I wanted to keep this really simple, I will just put in one tree, one gnarly old tree here. Again, think of in the thirds. Yeah, you can put it in the middle, or you can put it here. But if we follow the rule of thirds, the golden, gyllene snittet, the golden cut, then it should be somewhere here. And I have quite a lot of paint left here on that one, so I will try to use that. And I'm using this Fumi brush again, size 4. And I'm doing it here on the side. I don't want to drop on the paper. So just wetting the brush and trying to work in some color here. Let's see how that works. I like to use as much of the paint as possible that I already have put on, if it's on a feather or a brush or a stick or whatever, so I don't throw it away. But I will throw away this stick later. Let me tell ya, it smells horrible. You could go in with a pencil if you are a bit uncertain. You could make a little sketch first. Won't show anyway later. No, something like that. You see, it was a bit dry. It would be easier if you put some color on a palette and use it that way. Oops. This is, again, it's me trying to save some paint, but you don't have to do it like that. Giving it some longer roots down here. and just applying branches. I want this to be a tree where the wind is blowing from this direction and has been doing that for a long time. So the poor tree had no other choice than growing in this direction. I'm switching to, I always go back to this super cheap, you know, the one that looks like this when it's dry. I kind of like it. I'm going to switch to, this is some alfresco gray. And I also have a little bit left of the limo green here. So I'll be trying to use a bit of that. I find it really hard to get a good amount of color from the stick. And also, you don't have to make the tree in the exact same color. It probably wouldn't be, depending on how the light is falling. It would look differently. Some branches are lighter, some are darker, some are more reddish, some are more greenish. This is a bit of the shadow violet straight from the tube. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing or if my hand is covering it up. Sometimes I'm a bit sloppy with when I make my trees. Might be a good idea to be a bit deliberate, that you take a while and look, and again, if you're uncertain, take a look at some old dead gnarly trees before you do this, if you feel uncertain. And now we could go on and we could make background trees. I probably would. If I was to make this now into a painting, I mean it is a painting, but if I were to continue, I would put in just a little bit background trees. But I will not do that now because I wanted this to be quite quick and easy to replicate. So I think I'll just leave it as it is, she said, and continue to paint. Stop it now, Marlin. Some birds. Maybe, I mean, we could put them here to kind of still make this part of the painting part of the whole, right? Because otherwise you would feel that this is completely chopped off. So we could put them here. Or there. Or no birds at all, actually. Put birds wherever you like. And then we can go in the foreground and we could make a bit of grass or, but I'll not do any of that. No birds, no grass, no nothing, no background trees. Just this, you know, apply color to a stick. This would have worked also without the lichen. You could have just put color on the stick and press it on the paper and then use a spray bottle and spray it. And once it has dried, put in a tree. Okay. You can let me know in the comments where would you have put the bird? Because I can't really decide right now. I guess I would have put them there. I guess they would be, or if you would have made a lot of it. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know where you would have been putting the bird. The birds. And I think I'm done there. It's very simple. It's simple, but it's good enough to be a painting. And again, if you remember the one time I talked about the passe-partout, the mat, the framing, if we were to put a mat on this now, boom, painting. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a try. You can use different colors, obviously. You can even do this as a monochrome painting. And if you don't have 100% cotton paper, it's still fine. I think that the way I usually start my paintings, I've said that before too, I don't apply layers and layers and layers. Many watercolor artists do that. And then the paper really needs to be able to hold that amount of water. I apply often a lot of water just in the beginning and then not so much water. So it's totally fine doing it on a cheaper paper as well. Yeah, thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you again next time. Goodbye.